Welcome back guys to another video, and today I'll be doing a review on Tmnt 3, the Manhatten Project. Now, if you were a kid growing up in the 90s, no doubt you knew exactly who Tmnt were, and who would have thought that an underground comic would spark such an empire. They had a highly successful cartoon series, they were kicking it on the silver screen, and don't forget the awesome action figures. So of course, with that being said, they dived into the video game market, and I couldn't be any more happier. Now, I'm going to be reviewing the third entry to the NES series, and this was released in 1991 on December 13th, a day after my birthday. And if you guys have known about Tmnt, the storyline to this game is nothing new. It's something we've seen before. This time, the turtles are actually kicking it on the beach. They're soaking in some rays, and they want to check out April O'Neil's broadcast when suddenly she is kidnapped by the evil Shredder. Not only is she kidnapped, but he also turned Manhattan into a floating city. So it's up to Turtles to save that town. And you know, if it was Rhode Island, I wonder if it would still be floating in the sky. Now, Tmnt 3 The Manhattan Project is a 1 to 2 player game, and actually 2-player actually has two different modes to it. It's got a mode A and a mode B. Now, the difference between the two is one, you can actually hit each other, and one that you can't. You know, this would always spark a little bit of rivalry, and you know, sometimes if you were playing with the wrong person, they would spend more time beating you up than all the Foot Clan members. Now, you can choose out of 1 out of 4 turtles, and each turtle has their own special ability with their weapons, and actually they added a special move. By pressing the A and B at the same time, you have your own signature move to each turtle. Now keep in mind, don't get spam happy with it, because every time you perform this special move, you actually lose a bar of health, and if your health is too low, you can't do the special move at all altogether. And I found myself, you know, even if I pressed the A and B button at the same time over and over again, it was still kind of finicky. Sometimes I would perform it, sometimes I wouldn't, but maybe that's not too much of a bad thing. Now, they did add another feature that was very welcomed in this series, and that is a throw feature. By pressing the down B button, you could actually throw the foot soldiers behind you, and this would really be helpful if you're playing it on single player. It would help fight a large horde of foot soldiers so you can get out of those really tight spots. Now, the game spans into 8 different levels. Each level ends with a boss fight, and all the bosses are what you would expect from the Turtle series. They're all recognizable from the cartoons, and each level was something a little different. They really did a great job of not making the game feel that stale, and I think that's really good for a beat 'em up. I mean, I have to tell you, one of my favorite things about the Turtles games is I always love like the skateboarding levels or surfing levels, and they have a surfing level on this game, and I always laugh because the foot soldiers that come out, they always make me think of dolphins. So anyway guys, I highly recommend Tmnt 3 The Manhattan Project. If you guys can get your hands on a card, definitely get it. If you can emulate it, who cares? I highly recommend you guys play this game. I mean, it's kind of sad because I feel like this game doesn't get enough recognition. We are always talking about the first Tmnt game, or maybe the arcade, or better yet, the game that came after this, Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, which in my opinion is hailed as the best beat 'em up game ever made. But this one right here is a very, very fantastic NES game, and I highly recommend it. But anyway guys, as always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.
Can't get enough of Access Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on Podomatic.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.